Hello. Theresa May has called a general election, as you know. They've even launched a manifesto. A brighter future, prosperity for all. And how will she do that? She has suddenly become empathetic, caring, compassionate, okay? Social conscious. She has even used the Charity Commission as a platform to launch her election. Well, things don't change. A leopard doesn't change its spot. Well, the Tories haven't changed at all. They're using this opportunity to radically destructure our country, de-skill our country, and make it an investment haven for corporate greed. Let me take you back to 1980s, where the education system was failing, and failing badly the young people in the system then. They are now in their late 40s and early 50s. They changed their curriculum at that time and made it even broader. So the young people in the school system at 1980s, instead of helping them to read and write, to understand, to develop their skills so that they could take the exam levels and pass with a good grade and a good education, they changed the system. You know what? They're doing it again. They've changed the structure of marking and the curriculum for GCSE level from A, B, C to 1 to 9. So 1 being the lowest level, 9 being the highest level. My children go to high-performing schools. Rest assured, I will do everything for my children to compete with the wealthiest in society. And they're doing reasonably well. But it's not just about my children. It's about the wider society. Your children will be left behind. Our children, in the wider context, will be left behind if they're not prepared properly for the new curriculum and the marking system that Gove and his successor, Amber Rudd, and anyone else who's taken over, even Justin Greening at the moment, I believe. So they're changing the marking system without providing the infrastructure for teachers to prepare for themselves to teach our children. How is that fair? How is that compassionate? How is that being honest with people to say we're radically changing education and its assessment to support all our young people? Because if you're young, if you're an ethnic minority, if you're a single mother, if you come from a poor background, the Tories will let you down yet again. Because you will not get the C grades. You will not get 5 and 6 without the extra support. It is already tough in working communities to pass the exam level. Around 35% of the population don't get A to C grade in maths and English. It is not good enough. So instead of changing the structure, why didn't they put in the infrastructure to support the schools, to support the young people in each and every community where the needs of the children and the young people attending those academic establishments are catered for, in attempting to reduce inequality, to improve educational outcome and opportunity for all for a brighter future. It is not there in their DNA to allow the wider United Kingdom to succeed as a nation. They want the top 5% to succeed. The other 95%, it doesn't matter to them. We will become an investment haven for corporate greed if May, Davis, Fox, and her like succeed. If we allow them to succeed and give them a majority to hurt us, because they will hurt us. You know, Thatcher was called a milk snatcher. May is being called a Granny Snatcher. There is no hidden machinery which can take those facts away from Thatcher or May, from Davis to Fox, to Rudd to Greening, to Johnson to Hammond. They're all in it together. If your children are not prepared for the new curriculum, at best, the brightest of children might get a level 7. So who will get 8 and 9s? Those who have the wealth, the connection, the ability to provide private tuition at a higher level, those children will get it. Because the schools are not prepared to teach our children at the moment. They're already stretched. We hear that they need funding support for printing, for stationery, for school books, textbooks, for God's sake. So that Tory party wants you to trust them and the future of our nation by giving them a mandate with a blank check. Ask yourself, is that fair? Is it in their DNA? You know, I'm not the greatest fan of Jeremy Corbyn, but he has stood by his principles. He hasn't tried to colour his way out, media manage his way out. But what he has said and what he's trying to deliver is a manifesto for young people, for adults, for mums, dads, single parents, ethnic minorities. And you know what? Even for rich grandparents. Because that is the heritage and the DNA of the Labour Party. We deliver for everybody and the entire nation succeed. We have the NHS. You know, to privatise the railway and to offer an alternative for the energy industry is not going backwards. It is being revolutionary. It is becoming innovative. And you know what? He's costing it. He's stating exactly how it could be done. The great nation of the United Kingdom will succeed when all its people succeed, not just the 5%. If education matters to you, then you should think about it. If health matters to you, you should think about it. Because without the vital infrastructure, health and education, young people of today will not be able to look after the elders of tomorrow. And the elders will not have any money left to look after the young people of today. So vote with your heart, vote with your mind, and exercise your right, and vote Labour, and don't give Tory mandate to take our nation and tear it apart.